Miss Debbie, you're going to have to shut up, okay?
A horrifying 911 call that would end up being the last moments of Deborah Stevens' life.
This will teach you next time, don't drive in the water. I don't see how you didn't see it. You had to go right over it, so.
While water was rising up past her chest and completely covering Stevens' SUV, the dispatcher, Donna Renault, heard telling Stevens, who was panicking, to stop. You're not going to die. I don't know why you're freaking out. When first responders were finally able to reach Stevens and remove her from her car, she had already drowned.
I completely understand the disgust and the concern that we all have in regards to the interactions between the dispatcher and Ms. Stevens.
Fort Smith Interim Police Chief Danny Baker says Renault had been with the department for 5 years and was a certified dispatch training officer. She handed in a resignation on August 9th, and this call was taken during her last shift, very possibly her last call she took.
It's a tragic thing. I understand that. Are there things that we need to maybe look at in our response? Absolutely.
I don't have an officer available, so it's going to take a minute, so I'm going to try to get somebody out there to you.
Baker says there were 9 officers and 4 dispatchers on duty Saturday morning. Inundated with 911 calls from other people also stranded in floodwaters.
Everything was done that was humanly possible, given the circumstances and at that time, to save Ms. Stevens' life. And I'm horribly sorry that that wasn't possible.
Now Baker says he'll be taking a hard look at how FSPD responds to these accidents in the future.
Obviously, we can't investigate someone who no longer works here. However, an investigation into our policies, our responses, our dispatch center. I've been in communication with the fire chief. We're looking at what we can do to maybe increase training for our dispatchers in regards to swift water rescue and other things.
Interim Chief Baker says since the dispatcher is no longer employed with the police department, no action will be taken against her because she didn't do anything criminally wrong. Now, I spoke to Stevens' sister-in-law at her memorial site on Kincaid Avenue. She says Deborah had a heart of gold and would do anything for anyone. She was a lifelong Fort Smith resident who was passionate about helping the elderly at her church, and she loved children. In studio, Kelly O'Neill, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.